Hello, my name is Sam Feltham and welcome to day 21 of the 21-day 5,000 calorie vegan challenge. That's right, this latest challenge has come to an end and after eating about 56,000 calories of a high carb, low fat vegan diet, it's all coming to an end right here, right now. So just before we get into today's measurements, and also what I've been up to today as well with some blood glucose tests as well, let's go over the measurements of last night. So last night was 92.1 kilos, giving me a mean for day number 20 of 91.7 kilos, which is plus 4.4 kilos, and then around my waist I was 86.5 centimetres, giving me a mean for day number 20 of 85.5 centimetres, which is plus 7.25 centimetres. So that's a little bit down from day number 19, which is quite interesting, but it's all about today's measurements. And as I just mentioned before we get into today's final results, I just want to show you a quick clip of what I was up to today on this last day with some blood glucose tests. So here we go. So I'm just cooking my mid-morning snack, which is the beans and chopped tomatoes, and I thought that on this last day that I should check my blood glucose levels, which would be rather interesting pre-meal and then post-meal, post 2 hours, which is post-prandial. But let's get into it. So just whilst it's cooking, let me turn this on. So let me load my spiker type thing, Lancet I think it might be called, or something like that, and then I'm just going to start up this, and then there we go. Just got to apply the blood, just a little bit of pushing with that, and then it's just calculating. So this is pre-meal, 4.6 millimoles. Let me show that to the camera. There you go. So we're going to see, which is totally normal blood sugar, by the way. And yeah, we're going to see what happens in 2 hours post-meal. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Alright guys, so it's 2 hours post my meal, so let's load up the lance and then turn on the meter. Insert that, in the finger it goes. Slight prick, push the butt out a bit, there we go, and it's just testing, there we go. So pretty normal really, 5.2 millimoles, so yeah, not much difference, in actual fact like 0.6 millimoles, which is totally normal for 2 hours after a meal, so not much difference there in terms of my blood sugar, and 4.6 in fact is actually my starting blood sugar, so not much difference on the old blood sugar, but looking forward to seeing the blood test results, the full blood test results tomorrow, and that'll be my final conclusion of this latest challenge. So let's head back into the bathroom where I'm going to be doing my final measurements and giving us a bit of a roundup before I write up my proper final conclusions. Well, nothing surprising there with my blood glucose levels staying pretty much the same, but I'm really excited to see my full blood profile from cholesterol to my triglycerides as well. That should be very interesting. Those I'll be getting tomorrow and be putting in my final conclusion, so be sure to head over to the blog and check that out for that coming probably this Wednesday, I suspect, which is smashthefat.com/blog. Anyway, let's get into today's measurements. This morning I was 91.8 kilos. So let's see what's going on with my weight. I'll do my waist in a sec. Okay, so 92.2 kilos there, 92.2 kilos, giving me a mean of exactly 92 kilos, which is plus 4.7 kilos from the start. Now, in comparison to the two previous experiments on the low carb, high fat challenge, I was 1.3 kilos up. So quite a difference there, 3.4 kilos. And then in comparison to the high carb, low fat fake foods, I was 7.1 kilos. So a difference of 2.4 kilos. So pretty interesting there. Did exactly pretty much what I said it would, landing more towards the fake foods diet, but not being as good as the low carb, high fat diet experiment, which is rather interesting. So next up, the waist. And just to tell you, this morning I was 85 centimeters. 85 centimeters. So I am 87 centimeters. 87 centimeters, which is giving me a final mean of 86 centimeters, which is plus 7.75 centimeters. Now, in comparison to the previous two experiments on the low carb, high fat diet of real foods, I was minus 3 centimeters, so it's a difference of 10.75 centimeters. Then on the high carb, low fat diet of fake foods, I was plus 9.25 centimeters, so a difference of 2.5 centimeters there, which sort of goes in with my thoughts as well. Now tomorrow as well, I'll be doing a blood pod assessment to see where my body fat percentage is going to be. So that's going to also be my final conclusion. So again, make sure that you head over to the blog for that when it's up. Cool, guys. Well, that's pretty much it for today. If you want to check out the final pictures and the final graphs, do make sure that you head over to the blog at smashthefat.com/blog. If you do have any questions, make sure you put them in the comment section below. If you want to ask me a question directly, hit me up on Twitter at Sam Feltham. And then finally, make sure that you like us on Facebook at facebook.com/smashthefat. So, if you have any ideas for any other experiments that you'd like me to do, please get in contact. And otherwise, it's been a complete pleasure for the past 21 days stuffing my face with all this food. And until next time, guys, be well, and of course, smash it out. Alright guys, so the 21-day 5,000 calorie vegan challenge is now completely over, and in front of me right now is a 5-egg scrambled omelette. It cooked a little more than I wanted to. I've been out of the loop for 21 days, and then about 5 pieces of bacon as well, 1 avocado chopped up, and a bulletproof coffee as well, which is awesome, in my favourite mug. It's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. Quote from Abraham Lincoln. Anyway, I'm dying to get into this, so let's go for it. And FYI, this is all cooked in coconut oil, so bit of bacon, bit of egg, bit of avocado, my fat salad I call it. That is so good. I seriously missed this meal. This is my usual breakfast that I have, and I have missed it. I tell you, that smell is so good. The way that it hits your mouth. That sounds really dodgy, but it's so true. Alright guys, well, I'm going to carry on eating this, and I hope you check the blog for my final conclusion. Had my blood test this morning, and bod pod as well, so should be interesting, and that should be out on Wednesday, so make sure that you head over to smashthefat.com/blog. Alright guys, take it easy.